Alex sat at his small workstation aboard the space station, the dim glow of holographic screens casting pale blue light over his cluttered room. He had spent weeks analyzing alien artifacts, trying to decode the complex symbols and devices left behind by civilizations far older than humanity. It was tedious work, but Alex loved it. Every puzzle was a challenge, every solution a tiny victory for human curiosity. He had been completely alone in his room, absorbed in calculations, when a sudden loud crash made him jump. The door burst open, almost hitting the wall behind it. A young alien woman stood in the doorway, her movements sharp and urgent. Her armor shimmered slightly under the station's lights, and her intense violet eyes locked onto him immediately. Alex froze, unsure whether to flee or ask questions. "You," she demanded in a voice that brooked no argument. "You are the one they call Alex. You will come with me immediately." Alex blinked, confused. Wait. Who, what? "No time to explain," she snapped. Her presence was commanding, almost magnetic, and for the first time Alex felt entirely unprepared for the situation. "Follow my orders exactly, or you will be left behind." Despite his fear, Alex could sense urgency in her tone. Something was terribly wrong. Without fully understanding why, he nodded. The alien, whose name was Lyra, gestured for him to follow. She moved quickly through the narrow corridors of the station, her steps precise and controlled. Security drones hovered in the halls, scanning for unauthorized activity. But Lyra moved with such skill that they seemed almost to ignore her. Alex struggled to keep up, stumbling over his own feet as he tried to follow her. "Where are we going?" he asked, breathless. "You will see soon enough," Lyra replied without slowing down. Her eyes darted from side to side, scanning for potential threats. "The station is compromised. If we do not act now, everything could be lost." Alex's mind raced. Compromised? Lost? He had never imagined that his research assignment would turn into a mission of life and death. And yet, looking at Lyra, he felt a strange sense of reassurance. She was confident, capable, and completely determined. They reached a secure hangar, and Lyra gestured to a sleek starship waiting there. Its design was unlike anything Alex had seen before. Smooth, aerodynamic, with panels that seemed to pulse faintly with energy. "Board the ship," Lyra commanded. "We have no time to waste." Alex hesitated only for a moment before climbing aboard. As the ship lifted off, the station shrinking below them, he realized that he had no idea what he had just agreed to. "Tell me what's happening," he demanded once they were in flight. Lyra finally relaxed slightly, though the tension in her shoulders remained. "My people's planet is under threat," she explained. "A rogue faction has taken control of our military outposts and is planning a full-scale attack. We need someone with human ingenuity, someone unpredictable, to help us." Alex stared at her. "Unpredictable? You humans think differently," she said. "You are clever in ways our technology cannot anticipate. That is why I'm here. That is why I need you." Alex swallowed hard. He had never imagined that human problem-solving skills would be the key to saving an alien civilization. The thought was both exciting and terrifying. The ship shot through space at incredible speed, dodging asteroid fields and debris clouds. Lyra piloted with precision, but Alex noticed that her navigation relied heavily on instinct rather than calculation. He began to offer suggestions, pointing out safer trajectories and alternate routes. To his surprise, she listened, adapting her approach based on his advice. "You may actually be useful," she said, a hint of respect in her tone. Alex smiled nervously. "I hope I don't ruin everything." "You won't," Lyra replied. "Just follow my orders and think quickly. We don't have the luxury of mistakes." As they approached the rogue faction's controlled sector, Lyra briefed Alex on the mission. The faction had fortified their base on a nearby asteroid, using advanced technology to create nearly impenetrable defenses. Direct assault was impossible, but with Alex's ingenuity, they might find a way in. The tension in the cockpit was palpable. Every blinking light, every sensor reading seemed to carry a weight of life and death. Alex felt a surge of determination. Humans had always been underestimated by other civilizations, and now here he was, a single human being, entrusted with a mission that could decide the fate of an entire alien world. As they neared the asteroid, Lyra activated a stealth mode on the ship. The craft's surface shimmered, blending with the darkness of space. "We'll need to land undetected," she said. "Your task will be to disable their internal security systems while I handle the external defenses." Alex nodded, adrenaline pumping. He was ready. He had spent years solving complex problems, but nothing had prepared him for this. Every instinct told him to stay calm, think logically, and trust his own abilities. The ship descended quietly onto a hidden platform on the asteroid. Lyra guided him through maintenance tunnels, narrow corridors that wound beneath the surface. Alex marveled at the alien technology, its design both elegant and functional. But there was no time to admire. Danger was close, and every step brought them nearer to confrontation. Finally, they reached a control hub. Lyra handed Alex a device that looked like a mix of human tablet and alien console. "This will let you bypass their security networks," she explained. "Use your human intuition. They do not expect your kind of thinking." Alex got to work, fingers flying over the interface. The alien system was complex, far beyond what he had ever encountered, but he noticed patterns, loopholes, and inconsistencies that Lyra's people would have missed. Slowly, he began to override the security protocols, opening doors and disabling traps one by one. Outside, Lyra fought off patrols with precise, calculated moves. Her combat skills were extraordinary, but Alex's contribution was just as critical. Without his input, her efforts alone would not have sufficed. Hours passed in tense silence, broken only by occasional warnings from Lyra about incoming patrols. Alex's mind raced, analyzing every system, predicting outcomes, and adjusting his approach. It was exhausting, but he felt a sense of purpose he had never known. Finally, the last security barrier fell. Alex leaned back, breathing heavily. "It's done," he said. Lyra appeared beside him, a rare smile breaking her usually stern expression. "You humans are remarkable," she said. "Your mind is sharper than I imagined." Alex felt a swell of pride. He had always known humans were capable, but now he had proof. In the middle of deep space on an alien world, human ingenuity had made a difference. Their victory, however, was only temporary. The rogue faction would retaliate, and the mission was far from over. But for the first time, Alex felt a deep connection to Lyra, not just as an ally but as someone who respected his abilities. Together they were a team, combining alien skill and human ingenuity to face an uncertain future. As they left the asteroid, heading back to Lyra's home planet to prepare for the next phase of the mission, Alex looked out at the stars. He realized that humans were not just survivors, they were innovators, problem solvers, and sometimes heroes in ways that even the most advanced civilizations could not predict. And for the first time, he felt truly ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The starship glided silently through the void, the distant stars streaking past like lines of silver fire. Alex sat beside Lyra in the cockpit, still feeling the adrenaline from their successful infiltration of the rogue faction's asteroid base. But there was no time to rest. Lyra's planet remained under threat, and the rogue faction had far more resources than they had initially anticipated. Every second mattered. "We need to reach the central command station on my planet before they can launch the attack," Lyra said, her fingers dancing over the ship's controls. "It is heavily fortified, but I believe we can bypass most defenses with careful planning. And your human insight." Alex nodded, feeling both excitement and anxiety. He had come a long way from analyzing alien artifacts in a quiet room. Now he was part of a critical mission that could save an entire civilization. He had always believed humans were capable of cleverness, but this was a real test. The planet grew larger on the view screen, a swirling world of blue oceans and green continents. Lyra explained that the rogue faction had taken control of the orbital defense systems and deployed massive automated patrols. A frontal assault would be impossible. They needed a clever strategy. Alex leaned over her shoulder, examining the displays. "If we use the planet's natural magnetic storms, we can create a temporary blind spot for their sensors," he suggested. "We could sneak the ship closer without triggering alarms." Lyra's eyes widened slightly. "A human solution," she murmured. "Simple yet effective." "Let's do it." The approach was tense. Lightning-like magnetic storms crackled across the planet's upper atmosphere, the ship buffeted by sudden electrical surges. Alex held on tightly, adjusting calculations as Lyra expertly piloted through the turbulence. Together they maneuvered through the storm, the rogue faction's orbital defenses failing to detect them. Once inside the planet's atmosphere, they flew low, skimming mountains and forests to avoid detection. Alex was amazed at how Lyra read the terrain instinctively. adjusting their course with split-second decisions. He realized that humans and aliens could complement each other perfectly. Her physical skill and experience, his logical thinking and creative problem-solving. They reached the outskirts of the rogue faction's central command station. High walls and towers bristling with weapons loomed ahead, and patrols moved with mechanical precision. Lyra outlined the plan. Alex would infiltrate the station through the maintenance tunnels, bypassing the electronic locks while she provided cover from outside, disabling guards and drones with speed and precision. Alex took a deep breath and entered the tunnels. The corridors were narrow and dark, illuminated only by the occasional flicker of emergency lights. He moved carefully, scanning panels and sensors for weaknesses. Using the techniques he had developed in the asteroid base, he hacked into the security systems, opening doors, rerouting power, and disabling cameras. Every move required patience and ingenuity. Meanwhile, Lyra kept watch above ground, neutralizing threats without detection. She moved with grace and precision, her every action calculated. Alex could hear the occasional hum of her energy weapon, a reminder of her skill and efficiency. He felt a surge of confidence, knowing that they were working together seamlessly. Finally, Alex reached the central control room. The rogue faction leaders were inside, monitoring their forces and preparing to launch a devastating attack. Alex studied the consoles, identifying a weakness in their command network. With careful precision, he began to reroute systems, turning the faction's own defenses against them. Doors locked unexpectedly, drones deactivated, and alarms failed to sound. Lyra entered the room moments later, silent and composed. "You are faster than I expected," she said. "Not just clever, but bold." Alex smiled faintly, focused on the controls. "We have to act quickly. If we delay even a minute, their reinforcements will arrive." Together, they worked to override the faction's systems. Alex provided human intuition, anticipating moves that the aliens had not considered. Lyra executed physical tasks with efficiency and speed, disabling the last guards and securing the command room. The faction leaders tried to resist, but Alex's clever manipulation of their technology and Lyra's precision tactics left them powerless. As the last defenses fell, the rogue faction's plans unraveled. Their orbital weapons deactivated, their patrols shut down, and their leaders captured. Alex watched, amazed at the outcome. The mission that had seemed impossible hours ago had been accomplished through a combination of human ingenuity and alien skill. Lyra turned to him, her violet eyes reflecting admiration and relief. "You have done more than I could have imagined," she said. "Humans are truly remarkable. Your thinking, it saved us all." Alex felt a surge of pride. He had always known that humans were capable of great things, but to hear it from an alien warrior of Lyra's skill was deeply satisfying. He realized that the universe had underestimated humanity for far too long. The aftermath of the mission was both thrilling and sobering. Civilians were evacuated from danger zones, rogue faction leaders were taken into custody, and the planet's defenses were restored. Alex and Lyra worked tirelessly alongside the alien forces, ensuring that the systems were secure and that no further threats remained. During this time, Alex and Lyra grew closer, not in a personal sense, but as comrades who had faced danger and succeeded together. They respected each other's abilities and relied on one another in ways that transcended language and culture. Alex marveled at how humans and aliens could complement each other, achieving results that neither could accomplish alone. As they prepared to return to Lyra's capital city, the alien officer spoke quietly, almost thoughtfully. "Your kind has a gift," she said. "You think differently. You take risks we would never consider. That is why you are so valuable." Alex smiled. "I guess humans aren't as ordinary as some might think." "No," Lyra agreed. "Ordinary would have failed. You succeeded." The journey back to the capital was filled with reflection. Alex looked out at the planet below, its oceans shimmering under the alien sun. He realized that this mission had changed him. Humans were capable of extraordinary things, not just because of strength or technology, but because of creativity, courage, and adaptability. Upon arrival, they were met with celebration. Citizens and officials alike hailed the heroes who had thwarted the rogue faction. Lyra's people were grateful, but she gave the most recognition to Alex, emphasizing the human contribution that had made victory possible. Alex felt both humbled and proud. He had gone from a researcher working quietly in a space station to a hero whose actions had saved a civilization. It was a testament to human ingenuity, proving that humans could stand alongside the greatest civilizations in the universe. In the days that followed, Alex was offered honors and recognition, but he remained focused on the work ahead. The galaxy was vast, filled with challenges, mysteries, and threats yet unseen, but he knew that with courage, intelligence, and determination, humans could rise to meet them. Lyra stood beside him as they observed the restored planet. "The galaxy has underestimated humans for too long," she said softly. "But now, you have shown what your kind can do." "I am glad you were here, Alex." Alex nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment he had never experienced before. "And I'm glad I had the chance," he replied. This is just the beginning." As the sun set over the alien world, casting long shadows across its surface, Alex realized that humans were more than explorers or scientists. They were problem solvers, innovators, and heroes capable of changing the course of history, not just on Earth, but across the stars, and with Lyra and her people as allies. He knew humanity's story in the galaxy was only just beginning. Together, human and alien, they had forged a partnership built on trust, respect, and shared courage. A partnership that could face any challenge the universe might throw their way. For Alex, the mission had been more than just a test of skill. It had been a revelation. Humans had a place among the stars, not as followers but as leaders, thinkers, and heroes. And as he prepared for whatever lay ahead, he felt ready for every adventure the cosmos could offer. The stars stretched endlessly before him, and for the first time, Alex felt truly at home in the galaxy.